Hello, everyone.
Hey, y'all, hey.
Welcome or welcome back if you're new.
Yes, I'm Tracy. Mm, I'm Tracy.
I'm Nicole.
And we're Tradition with a Twist. Today, we're right back on that Hot Mess Express with Cody and the family. Ciao. We've made it to season 2, episode 5. And today's stop, wife number 3 hits Sin City.
Yes. So, again, this is, it almost feels maybe like a filler episode or like trying to,
They stretch it,
maybe
y'all.
lay some foundation
Yeah,
for
I don't know.
something. But there really wasn't too much that happened. We talk about, we take a little visit to Vegas with Christine
and the family,
Cody and their kids.
Their kids.
Uh-huh.
Yep. We watch those left behind, and that's what they say. Spend some time together, do a little family activity.
Yeah.
And then Mary takes us with her down depression lane. As she tells us, she's currently looking for another job because she lost hers when they went public, and she's experiencing some backlash.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start with the trip to Vegas, since that's the kind of main glue of this episode.
Because Christine loves Vegas.
She loves Vegas.
She loves Vegas.
She loves Vegas.
Oh my
She
God.
loves Vegas. She loves Vegas.
I'm taking Christine to Vegas, mostly because we just need a trip away, and we wanted to actually have a trip with her kids and nobody else.
I love Vegas.
Vegas is close.
I love Vegas.
It's exciting.
And I love Vegas.
And it's inexpensive.
And I love it.
So we've got.
She loves Vegas. So she's sitting here and she's just trying to convince us so much about how she loves Vegas.
Yeah.
But they like Vegas because it's close by.
It's cheap.
Because they are driving. With that many people, they aren't flying anywhere.
No, Cody was like, imagine $300 a ticket with all these kids. I can't do it.
Yeah. So they drove to save some money.
Yeah.
They got this great deal on a
nice hotel
there. It's about 30 minutes away from the Strip.
Yeah.
But it was just such a good deal, they couldn't believe it.
No, and so when they pull up, they're all shocked and amazed. Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so luxurious.
What an oasis. I don't feel like we're dressed nice enough to be here. Like,
oh my God.
Kids, are you impressed or what?
Yeah, this is really nice.
Whoa! And it just took our breath away. It was like,
we're like
we're not dressed nice enough to be.
We're happy.
We are.
Yeah, because we got a good deal on it, we had no idea that it was going to be this nice. It's off season, so we had this really good deal. I'm Cody Brown.
But apparently they didn't do no research, because we later learned that while it's nice, I mean, it's just nice.
Yes.
It ain't extra, y'all. It's just nice. They didn't do enough research because, Christine doesn't like a microwave, and this hotel room only has a microwave. So when
she doesn't know how to cook with the microwave.
No, nor does she want to, because of the raise, and we get it. But so making breakfast when they don't go out to eat for all these people, how do they do it, guys? Oh my God, I don't know.
Well, it looks like they kind of took the continental breakfast from downstairs and brought it
Sure
up.
enough.
Because she's like, there's yogurt and fruit and muffins and cold cereal. That all comes in the free continental breakfast.
When you look at it, y'all been to hotels. Y'all know what a continental breakfast looks like.
And it's that.
You know they brought that from downstairs. And just recording and just making, again, this episode to me just seemed like Nicole said, filler.
Yeah.
Because it was just stuff for content's sake.
Yeah. Not too much there.
Not a lot.
Even like while they were there, they didn't show us too much about, like, they were just walking around a few different places. Mm-hmm. They went in the lake a little bit. The biggest thing, I think, was the wax museum.
They went to Madame Tussauds.
Yeah.
They showed us a couple things. They took some pictures. But, I think the biggest thing that they did, because, again, they tried to make it look like, they spent a lot of time with the kids. Child, they didn't. And I think the thing that they spend the most time focusing on was because Christine was giddy, y'all. Like, she was giddy, high school love, giddy. She couldn't wait to have her man by herself.
Because that's the whole reason for this trip.
Yes.
Like, we didn't mention that. So the whole reason is because, Christine was feeling a lot.
Yeah.
You know, she was feeling threatened. She was feeling insecure. She was feeling a lot with having a new
feeling
wife come in.
abandoned.
Yeah, she was feeling like, you know, why does he feel the need to even get married again? You know,
Yeah.
she's like, no, I'm you know, in polygamy, wife number 3, that's all you need. 3's your magic number. What you looking at more for? So she has all these emotions going through and bubbling up.
Postpartum is still there because Truly's still a little one.
Yes.
You know? So she's over the moon to have her man to herself,
Yes.
y'all.
So they're
Over the
having
moon.
some one-on-one time.
Yeah. They go out to dinner.
Yeah.
And they have a nice little romantic, cute little dinner.
Even though Cody still doesn't look very engaged with Christine, like, at all. He's like, yeah, okay. It's very much, I'm fulfilling my duty.
Yeah, I have to do this.
I don't I don't really want to be here, but since I'm here, I mean, I guess I'll just, you know, go along with it. But
sure. It wasn't the hot chocolate Mexican that he had with Robin. Damn sure wasn't.
Facts.
It wasn't honeymoon with Robin.
It wasn't the beach with Robin. It wasn't them sitting at dinner staring lovingly into each other's eyes.
It was dinner that him and Mary had on their anniversary where shit was shitting, and it was a little rough. It wasn't amazing, and it damn sure was camping with Janelle. I mean, it just was what it was.
I was going to say, I feel like he actually enjoyed camping with Janelle more than he did this dinner with Christine.
I think he just enjoyed being out with nature. I'm gonna be quite honest.
But you didn't see the fact that he was like touchy-feely all over Janelle, and he's like
true.
rubbing on her and of this. Look at this thumb.
But
look at the joy in his face this.
You know why?
Versus,
I think it's because Janelle isn't touchy-feely, and so he got some of that, whereas Christine looked like she was like, oh my God, babe, and he's like, if you don't get up off of me, lady, like,
well, okay. But yeah.
She had, think about it, in they one-on-one, her hand was all in his inner thigh. Like, she was feeling the feels.
But it's okay. So it's interesting you mentioned that because I did notice. So yes, she was all over him.
He was not all over her.
I mean, he had his arm around her, but her body language
was pulled away.
She had her legs crossed the opposite direction, closed off from him, not opening to him.
Oh, she didn't, but she had that hand near that thing. That's all I'm gonna say. Her hand was near that thing, y'all. Her hand was near that thing. It was in the upper thigh. So even if her legs was crossed away, her hand was handing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
But anyway.
So all the other wives they completely approve of, you know, having this time away with Christine.
Yes.
And they even feel the need to, you know, as those left behind get together, you know, the wives go out.
Yeah.
Well, the wives go out by themselves as well.
They go to a bakery.
So
it's cute.
Yes. And that trick Robin, she shows her true dichotomous, lying, bitch-ass nature. Because let's be real. So in 1 second, she's like, oh yeah, you know, because I understand what Christine is saying and all of this. And, you know, you definitely enjoy your one-on-one time with him. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that, you know, you didn't love and enjoy that one-on-one time and want it all the time. Fast forward 5 seconds.
Yeah. But I can't imagine a husband with me all the time.
Right. It's always nice to have time along with Cody. It's always nice to have him there. I'm not going to say that it's not great, because it is. I couldn't imagine actually having a husband around all the time. It'd be kind of weird.
Ooh.
What? Come again?
Pardon?
Come again? Because you just said, I love the time with him.
But I can't imagine it all the time.
And you want the attention all the time, but I couldn't imagine it all the time.
Make it make sense, y'all. It don't. It's her lies. She can't
Your
keep
words contradict each other, honey.
I mean, there ain't nothing
She is
different.
just showing her trifling self throughout this episode, even though it's supposed to be
she show her ass
episode.
Oh, she show her whole ass, y'all.
She shades Christine even more.
Mm-hmm.
With because you know, as they're talking about, you know, all the things Christine's been going through, the new baby, new wife, all this, because you know, I've heard it can be more difficult to,
when you're older.
you know, like have a baby when you're older.
Christine has needed a trip for a long time. I mean, she's had a baby.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of change in the family.
Truly,
And she completely, like, her life is absorbed into mine.
Really like been a big change for her. And when you're older, I've heard that it's harder to have babies.
Yeah.
And when you're older, I've heard that it's harder to have babies.
Bitch, y'all only 5 years apart. Get out of here. Go somewhere with yourself. Could she have said that bitch old?
Could she have said something without bringing up her age at all?
No,
100%.
no,
You
she
have
could
3 kids, so you know
Listen.
the toll that pregnancy can take on you regardless of your age.
She could have, but she wanted to point out that bitch old.
See, she's the old catch of the day. I'm the new
Right.
catch of the day.
If y'all, for any of y'all wondering, cause why there's a wife number 4, cause I'm the new young thing. That bitch old, and she need recovery time. This trick showed her whole ass.
She
this
showed
episode.
out this episode, even though it's trying to be good.
Yes.
Because then we have even more shit that she does that shows her true colors.
Mm.
The fact that she cheats and doesn't give 2 shits about it and says it doesn't matter.
Show her whole, I just saw Rafiki Baboon red ass. That is Robin. She showed her full red on ass.
Oh my God. So as they take the whole family,
Bowling.
those left behind,
Yeah.
everyone except Christine, Cody, and their kids, they go bowling.
Yeah.
And, the kids use bumpers.
Right.
But
And they
who
have fun.
else
The
decides
younger
to
kids.
use
The younger
bumpers?
kids use bumpers. The older kids
Yes.
are doing good.
The older kids ain't using
They don't
bumpers.
use no bumpers, right? Mary, wife number 1, did not use bumpers. Janelle, wife number 2, did not use bumpers. As we stated, only the small children and
Robin,
who
finds the need to put it out there that, I tied with your score, Mary.
Bitch. Don't tell me you passed the test like I did when you cheated.
When you had the dang answer key.
Child.
You had the answer key.
You did. You cheated. It's not equivalent.
Yeah.
We're not equal.
And they call her on it. Mary's like, but Robin, you used the bumpers.
Mary's
and she's
like,
it doesn't matter.
She's like, Robin's like, Mary is like, listen, Robin, I got my score with skill. You got your score with help.
And she even says, if you're like over 10 having bumpers and bowling, it doesn't count.
Right.
You were using bumpers. I should have used bumpers.
I tied for score with
But you used bumpers.
It doesn't matter.
You
We
used
tied
the bumpers.
scores. It's all in the numbers.
When you're older than 10, it doesn't
I
count
should have said
if
the
you use the bumpers.
Mary has impressed me the most because she has a strike and I don't.
So you're trying to consider something that is invalid to be valid.
But whatever. But also you go to show that you don't recognize the assistance, right? You're just equivalent. You don't consider that you are taking full advantage of assistance.
That you have a one-up, that you have help. You didn't do it on your own merit.
Girl, you ain't do it. Okay? You ain't do it. Only thing that she could have had on top of that was the little wheel thing that you got the bumpers
Like
plus
the little dragon
kids,
that,
and
you put the
roll
bowl at the top and it rolls through.
because it's too heavy for the real little kids. She could have had that too, and she still would have been like, it's even. I did it. Yay me.
Yeah. So, but again, the fact that she doesn't see that discrepancy and that she doesn't consider like, oh no, it wasn't cheating. It's the same thing as you bowling without bumpers. Like, you're just showing your colors and who you really
It's
are.
telling.
Like,
It's telling. It's telling.
I mean, okay, I get it. It's supposed to be a joke, but
No, I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
I don't
With
like
Robin, especially
nothing a
because you
joke.
lie so much.
It ain't nothing a
Your
joke.
actions speak so much louder than your words, honey, because your words flip-flop.
I'm gonna need them to read between the lines, but they don't. They don't. So it's fine.
Yeah. So those were the 2 main things,
Yeah.
and then really the other thing.
I told you,
We
Mary.
kinda get
Mary
into-
comes
yeah.
through.
Yeah.
It takes us down depression lane.
Yes.
because Cody, that continental breakfast scene that we told y'all about earlier. So Cody's like, all right, y'all. So y'all take your time, but I'm gonna pour me some juice, and then I'm gonna go take a phone call and call the family, okay? No, take your time. I'm gonna just go outside. So he's on the phone outside, and I guess, who knows? I'm sure he spoke to Janelle and Robin, but they focused on Mary. Mary's like, I had to break the news to him
that the job I applied for, it didn't work out. They told me that I just wasn't a good fit.
Even though I was the best person, because you hear Cody go, oh my gosh, you were the best person for it and everything. And she's like, yeah, and because I had this really great job that I loved. I just loved it so much.
I really loved working with at-risk youth.
Yeah, and I think, management called me in one day after we became public, and they told me that I could no longer work there.
When Cody called me that day, I had to break the news to him that I had been declined for this position that I had applied for. I'd been looking for work for a while since I'd been let go of my other job.
They thought you were one of the best.
I had this great job that I loved, that I was good at. And about the time that we went to New York and we became public, management pulled me into the office and said that they were going to release me from my position at work. And they basically fired me.
Right.
I was extremely shocked. It was a serious blow. It really surprised me. I felt a little bit like, because of my lifestyle, you're letting me go? Really? I want to work with at-risk youth. I just do. And I really do worry that now that I'm such a public figure, I guess, that it's going to inhibit my chances of finding work in that field. Oh, I'm not a bad person. I just have sister wives and I get fired for it. It pisses me off. And this is exactly why polygamists hide who they are. This is exactly why. Because if I had gone on hiding who I was for the rest of my life, I would have kept that job.
It's not my fault.
It's not my fault, y'all. I just wanted to tell my truth, and y'all are penalizing me for it.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Which, I mean, you can understand that.
I can.
Too, but the thing is, we can't just stay in victim mode.
No.
And that's what she's doing.
Exactly.
I'm the victim.
Right.
Whereas, yes, you played a part because you chose
You made a choice
to come out of hiding. Now, I'm not going to lie, and I commend the coming out of hiding and the living authentically. That is beautiful. That is also, being a pioneer, a way forward for the other polygamists who do stay in hiding. And she's like, this is why they stay in hiding, because as soon as you come out, you're crucified.
Yeah.
You're dragged through the streets.
You can be, and so it's understandable, and I'm not, even though it was funny just a few minutes ago, I get it. It is disappointing, and I'm sure it's very difficult, but there's perspective, right? And so the only question I had when I saw how distraught Mary came across was, did she truly make the choice to come out of hiding, or did she come out of hiding because Cody made the choice to come out of hiding? If she truly made the choice to come out of hiding, then my question would have been, did you look at it realistically? Did you look at what the potential backlash could be? Because again, that it's not commonly accepted. You already know this is why many in your community do keep it a secret. Especially you were working with at-risk youth to begin with, right? And it sounds like you were working with youth not within the polygamous community. It sounded like you were working for a general public organization, right? Not just within your community. And so to be realistic means I'm willing to take the chance and be my authentic self. And I understand that it could have repercussions. And if and when those things come about, I have to eat that. I have to. Yeah. And oftentimes we make decisions where we think maybe we're aware, but we don't really realize until. But she is making the choice to stay in victim mode instead of going, you know what? I don't know that I would want to work for a company where I couldn't be my authentic self, especially if I'm working with at-risk youth, when that's probably one of the things that I'm going to promote to them is self-authenticity. being the best version of yourself possible, being who you really are.
Yeah.
Because it's the story we tell ourselves, it's our perspective.
Yeah.
And so I would just hope that going forward she could find a different perspective.
Yeah, here's hoping. But we'll see. We see a lot of these ladies like to stay in the victim mode.
Hey.
My name's Robin.
What? Yeah. Well, Robin's a scammer. Anyway. You know.
I think so. One of the last things we'll leave here on is a quite a funny note of the episode where you know Janelle decides to praise Cody's parenting skills because people always wonder how can he do it? I'm sure the kids must be neglected, and they think that because he has the same 24 hours as everybody else, but you see, he's different. He prioritizes.
Yeah.
He doesn't go golfing. He doesn't have a man cave. No. He doesn't do these things. So every minute he has is dedicated to his family. And he's such a great dad.
And I was like, ooh.
Even Cody couldn't swallow that one.
I was just like, what kind of good you smoking? Because that's some good right there. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what kind of jelly beans you eating. I don't know what kind of shrooms you shrooming. But girl, you want that good.
Even Cody was like, so, she's making it sound great. I'm not a perfect dad, but I do the best I can, or something like that.
The public is going, wait a minute, you've got a father of 16. He is so stretched thin. How are these kids actually getting what they need out of a father? I mean, that's what they're saying.
Cody has the same 24 hours in a day that any other man does. Cody just chooses to use it a little bit differently. He doesn't disappear into his man cave.
He doesn't go golfing.
He doesn't golf. He doesn't do those things. He doesn't have time.
She's very sweet about this. I'm no perfect father, but I do try.
I was like, man, keep trying.
I just found that very comical. We really trying to big up this man, like, okay, big up yourself. Okay.
Let's see how, oof.
So, that was him hitting the Sin City with wife number 3.
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, it pretty much wraps it up there.
Yeah.
And this was a nice quick stop. It was a little bit of a boring stop, but not much to see or do there. But we'll see where this train leads.
Yeah, I don't have hope. Well, I don't have hope for Cody and the rest of that family. I have hope for you guys as you join us because it's twist time.
Yes.
And I think for the twist, am I doing dice? Are we doing dice? Because they're on my side.
Oh, okay, they are? Okay.
Did you? Clearly, we could have been better prepared. Got our dice. Okay. Ba-da. Hey, both.
Not clear. Unclear.
Charms.
Okay.
All right.
So one charms.
Bible.
Okay. Well, it's funny.
Well, I guess we know who's charms and who's Bible.
Well,
no.
I was gonna say, I think it should be reversed.
Oh, because charms are here.
And the Bible's over here with me. So.
Okay. And since it came up charms first, right? Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. There you go. So we're looking for a message for those watching who need to hear what they need to know.
Okay. All right.
Oh, dang, that's a lot.
Okay. Oh, dang, that is a lot.
That's what I said.
But let's see if we got duplicates.
All right. Let's see what we have here.
We do have duplicates, which is wild. We absolutely have duplicates. Isn't that interesting? Holy moly.
Protection.
Holy moly.
Direction. Yeah, wow.
We have duplicates. Yeah, we literally have duplicates.
Yeah. Made for an angel. I'm definitely feeling protection on this one.
Yeah.
Protection. There is a new direction, possibly. Wow. Okay. Okay, Miss Charms.
Okay. So this is so interesting, right? Because both of us picked different handfuls, as you guys saw, but yet there are duplicates. And like Nicole said, it's protection. But it also feels like...
Hold on. Turn the page.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So it feels like peace, love, protection, and direction. And so as I look at this, peace, love, protection, and direction. So there's a peaceful new journey that you guys, that we are probably all on right now. But again, you're supposed to listen to that inner voice because you're being guided on the new direction in the new place, going to this new space. And it's scary. It's scary because you're like, how can I unlock? How can I unlock the key? What are the keys that I need to unlock comfort, ease as I traverse this new space? Well, the key to that is you got to trust your intuition, right? You are being guided. There is spiritual guidance very clearly here. Spiritual guidance, you are very covered and very protected. But the question I want to ask is, are you listening to your own inner voice? Are you listening to that higher self? Are you listening to what, for me, is the still small voice of God, the direction? That's for me. A lot of people say higher self. A lot of people just say the universe, whatever it is for you. Are you listening to that? Because you are being given a new beginning and asking to take a new start. And though it's scary, you're covered, you're protected, it is blessed.
And you
Go
will
for it.
come out
On top.
completely different than when you started. There will be
It's
a
transformation
accompanying this.
Yeah, it's total transformation. And total transformation is uncomfortable, but it does require listening to self. Total
does.
transformation means you don't even know who you are.
Keep yourself rooted,
Grounded.
and grounded.
Mm-hmm. And not in what you have known. Because that's the thing. We like to stay rooted and grounded, but it's often in the past, what we've known, what has worked, what those things were. That's not the case here. You're going to be sent on a new direction, set in a new way, which means you don't know the way to go. And why am I hearing Moana 2? There's another way.
There is another way.
There's always another way.
There's another way.
Be open to the other.
Sometimes you have
way
to get lost to be found.
And to go with that. All right.
Okay, so you have the Bible here. I'm just going to flip through and see what we open on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-mm. Well, that's beautiful. The place in the Bible, where it is.
Okay. Okay, so it's very funny because it literally opened on the beginning of the Song of Solomon. Like literally, the page before is Ecclesiastes, and this page that it opened up on is the beginning of the Song of Solomon. So I'm going to just read the introduction to the Song of Solomon, and essentially it's the Song of Songs, or Song of Solomon for the most part. It's a book of poems about romantic love. The title Song of Songs suggests that it is the greatest of all songs. There is some disagreement among scholars as to whether Solomon wrote Song of Songs, but he is mentioned in the book and many credit him with part of its authorship, if not all. The occasion. The song celebrates sensuality in its proper context, while some apply it as an allegory of spiritual truths. For example, the relationship of God and Israel, or of Christ and the church. Here, it is treated as poetry that describes a love relationship between two people. So, it always makes me smile how things are in very much alignment between the messages that are delivered here in our twist. So as we're talking about, taking the step out onto the new journey and you being protected and guided by God, the universe, spirit, whatever way you want to say it, your angels, they're honor that relationship and stay rooted in it.
Mm-hmm.
Have faith in it, trust it, and it will lead you in the new direction, the best direction for you.
Again, the charm said peace, love, protection, direction.
Yes.
So again, you will be loved through this transformation. You will be loved.
Yes.
You are covered. You are protected. You've got this.
We love you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. If you've made it this far, please do like, subscribe, share,
comment.
Let
We need
us
some
know your
interaction.
thoughts. I know we want to talk with you guys too. Let us know. We would love to hear from you. So have a great day.
Yes.
Know that you are loved, you are protected, you are blessed.
That's right. Have a great day, guys.
Have a
Bye.
great one. Bye.